Lee Sin for Tian might be recognizable because that's what his world championship skin is of. And the Varus does get locked in. Potentially some really good duos being made here for top esports.
I mean, already having a ton of range that they can play with and just try to be able to deal with that middle-y, fighting fire with fire. Now for IG, you would expect him to go for the bot lane combo. And this, I mean, if they're looking to outrange them with Karma, with Varus, and round out their composition with Poe, this would be able to set up the fight, locking in the Sejuani. I'm going to assume it's going down towards the bot lane with Senna. We know it could also go top. That's something we've seen in the past. Still very flexible with where this could go.
Again, the first night of 14-4 in pro, at least here in the LPL as well. But it's exciting to see some of the things that can come through, even if this maybe isn't one of those. But the Senna definitely playing a key part in how the meta has been playing out in bot lane. The utility of picks being used with her, very, very strong. Some deep discussion there going on for IG as we do get the Maokai ban in the second phase.
Yeah, so worried about, again, just all the poke that can come out in that support role. Also give them great ability to turn and not only have to rely on the range that they do have. I do feel like TS needs something in their comp that's a little bit more decisive with pulling the trigger. So taking away the Maokai, I think, was an incredibly good call.
The Tristana ban right now from top esports, just focusing on to Cryin a little bit there. Wonder if that mid lane focus is still going to be the case. Does I know it's probably not likely, but you know, the Blitzcrank, maybe we get a little bit there. We'll see. I think there's still some flexibility available for IG's composition right now as they go into the second phase. The Udyr ban is there though.
The thing I'm just questioning is what Cryin plays in mid that can try and combo well with this Nidalee. Not a whole lot of options. At least Tristana, like, sure, there's no CC to set it up, but you still provide push. You're giving your Pride to play around. AD plus magic, like, hard to itemize. Now with that taken off the board, I don't know.
It's open.
This is
there
something we were excited for earlier in the day. It got banned out once in our first series. Renekton has been buffed. And now look at this. We got the Nidalee Renekton combo. We got a Sejuani in there as well. This is crazy.
He looks over to 369 with a big old cheeky smile on his face. What you gonna do, bro? As I don't think 369 was paying him any mind in that situation right now. He's trying to figure out what his next moves are gonna be. And it looks like we might just save that pick until the end. The Rakan does come in for Meiko.
And it's curious, right? Because they've already hovered the Ornn. So could go a frontliner and just kind of take the losing side of the lane, commit everything to bot lane, and play for those team fights. They have a bit more engaged now that they have the Rakan. So I think rounding out with some kind of frontline topside just makes sense and gives them an easier ability to turn.
I called it at the beginning of this series. I've been wanting to see it from 269 as well as we do get the lock-in the first time of the split for 369. And talk about comfort. The Fiora locked in. You hear the crowd going wild as IG are playing with the minds of top esports.
We got Sejuani Senna coming in bot lane. We got Renekton in mid with the Nidalee to set up for the stun. The Fiora topside. IG bringing a ton of flair into this Game 3 draft.
Oh, that's so exciting. The crowd is still going. The murmurs aplenty. We got to figure out who's going down in this bottom side of the map. And it does look like we're going to have a little bit of an interest in this last game of this series. We have some serious spice delivered by IG.
Yeah, and right, they have a lot of aggressive options early in the game with the Renekton. Even, I wonder, like, how early on we'll start seeing if Sejuani moves or if it's still going to be Senna that's potentially moving, because you have the synergy there between Sejuani and Renekton as well. Like, a lot of question marks in terms of the game plan that IG are coming in with. We see the inbuilt synergies, but where is Luyen going to find pressure on the map? Or does Tian just shut it down? Being on the Lee Sin this time, being able to be aggressive, get in the face of the enemy, having the Karma to provide push in mid lane and enable it.
One thing I love to see going into a very tense game is some smiles on the faces of IG, a team that nobody expected to be this strong, nobody expected to be in a position. But if they can take TES to 3, if they can take them down here, it'd be a big step in the right direction for an organization who has not known that success in recent history, and especially against their old tryhard and JackeyLove.
Yeah, I mean, they're so close, right? IG are looking like an expected playoff team at this point. If they win this one, they tie themselves with NIP in second place. TS, on the other hand, they need the momentum. They need to show, hey, we shouldn't have lost to FPX. We have no right losing here against IG. This is our time to shine.
And they've got an interesting comp to do so as we hit the rift now. It's game number 3. The meat of the sandwich has arrived. Crowd still representing. Level 1 abounds for IG in this series so far, it feels like. As top esports up against it. Definitely didn't have much say in the last game as well, Lyric.
No, not at all. I'm just so excited to see how this interacts. You have like these kind of bruiser tanks from Nectin, Sejuani, Fiora. You have the heals from the Senna to enable it all. Like,
yeah.
It's weird that this comp can be really strong early. Stop.
Double engage there from Meiko. Not going to end up getting anything else there, though. But some aggression I like to see because that means fisticuffs are drawn. But as we see a return to a duo that I feel like ran rampant over League of Legends, the mid lane Renekton for Cryin with the combo of Lian, we have to look at that to be executed cleanly.
Yeah, and right, that's kind of going back to my point. It's interesting, right? Because IG can have a ton of power early with things like the Renekton, but might have a bit of a mid-game trough with not a lot of DPS on their side, considering they have this Senna who's going to need souls before she gets incredibly strong, but then kick right back into gear. So I think a lot's going to be on top esports timings of when they look for this action, especially in mid-game. We can see that JackeyLove has the lethal tempo, so should be going that on hit. And once he's dishing out that DPS, when Senna isn't providing, that will be the time.
Yeah, it will be. Wink able to provide a little bit of pressure there. But the other thing I want to look at is, yes, I was talking about the mid-jungle duo for IG side, the tried and true combo. But on the other side, it's another combo that's definitely risen in priority as Tian and Creme being on the Lee Sin Karma have a lot of damage early on, a lot of skirmishing potential. Support hasn't been played by, at least for Sejuani, since 2020 in the LPL. It was Ming for RNG versus Su.
I casted that game.
Yeah.
I'm actually kidding. I have no idea if I casted that.
Why are you just throwing statements out like that?
You know, back in 2020, there was 4 of us doing a lot of days. Hard to remember that time, but if I did, I want to just take credit for it. But going back to the game, you were saying, right, a ton of damage early on between Creme and Tian. We can already see him setting up with the prio. You have those Qs to help you push the wave. You have the W to try to zone him back. Is not as long since we've seen him active.
Ooh, that's really good for Lian. He's taking it to Tian early. Didn't pop the trap there. Will be able to safeguard his way out, but Lian gets the first strike at least.
It is going to allow him to be able to steal the scrum too. So pushes Tian out, gets a camp, should be able to turn this into a topside scuttle. So a lot of things going in favor of IG, you know, in these first few minutes.
It's just crazy to think, right? We were looking back to that game 1 as well, and that one early happening down bot lane really just made Lian not be able to be in the game. And since then, he's coming by storm and really has been the name of the game for Lian since he came to IG this year. Just this month, actually, he came in really big against BLG like we talked about.
It's going to become interesting, though, because if they do win this, they kind of show that they're leaning on some of these more niche picks. It makes draft weird going against them in the future, right? Of like, what do you need to ban out? Do you put emphasis on this and let open some more OP picks? Again, all going to depend on the result of this game. Right now, Tian looking to capitalize on bot.
Oh, he does find on here, but I don't know if he's going to follow. He does. First blood for the man. And on his signature pick as he gets TS ahead on bot side.
And now Tian going to try and get some information. They do spot out Lian, so they know he's here. This might dissuade any more of a gank from coming through, but I think TS are going to be incredibly happy from getting one.
That's the kind of focus you need for top esports. I think that was something very lacking last game, so that proactivity, but even being beat down early didn't leave Tian too bloody to make something happen.
No, we're going to see here, right? No vision around for IG. The knockup is able to connect, and then he's so patient, waits for the Q to follow after the flash happens, and then just guarantees it really clean.
Yeah.
Coming out for Tian.
Because you know either you're going to dodge the piercing arrow or I'm going to kill you. It's like
exactly.
one of the two has to happen here. As Cryin, very vocal from the mid lane, needing to again see Lian and him link up sooner rather than later.
It's just so hard to actually find the kills onto Karma herself. I mean, you know, flash in with the W, you get the stun, maybe you connect the spear, you can follow up. But is that enough burst? Once, you know, a Mantra E comes through, you're able to flash. I'm not sure. It's going to be close. You even see Cryin having to itemize some resistances first just because of how much punishment Creme can put on in the 1v1.
This is why Karma's consistently banned. Not only does it give you that flexibility, but it is so ridiculously powerful. As Meiko finding a wild animal in the jungle, as you'd expect to find in the jungle. YSKM should flash out of that one. All right, nice little moves there. Will not have the flash himself, though.
Yeah, in the meantime, Tian will be able to get all these grubs, but on finally noticing, hey, I should go and help my mid laner farm.
Ooh, wink, wink. That's a flash out from the Sejuani support and almost going down to the piercing arrow, too.
Yeah, it's getting rough, right? Trying to lean in to enable his mid laner who's been struggling. Not really struggling that much in terms of CS again, like kudos to Cryin for that, but constantly getting traded on. Looks like On wanted to help him out, but opens up the Sejuani. At least the Dragon still picked up for their troubles.
Yeah. And this lengthy series is definitely one that was expected. I think TES gifting away, as we had said, a nice little game to the Phoenix of FPX. Definitely wanting some redemption there. IG, a little bit of redemption in their own right, but maybe not right there, because Leon's going to burn his flash. A little bit scared.
Going to try and make their way down towards bot side for now. They actually might run into Meiko. Shouldn't be able to do much, and Meiko has a ton of mobility to play with.
Leon getting engaged on by Meiko here. Still, IG moving. They want the skirmish. I think the combo with the Sejuani is going to be really big, but they can't hit the spear, so nothing goes through. The rest of IG on their way here. I don't know if Top Esports want to give all their lives for this Scuttle Crab. They're going to fight for it.
When was the last time we saw like a full-on skirmish over a Scuttle in LPL?
It feels like it's been a little while, especially this hefty right now, but that is the kind of contention this series has wrought. I think Tian getting the better of Leon right there, though.
Yeah, I actually don't think it's been that long since we saw a full-on skirmish for Scuttle Crab either in LP. But no action actually ended up coming through there, so both teams end up backing off in the end. Again, it's a bit weird. You have both the Sejuani and the Renekton. They're able to set up for the Italy. Hell, even Fiona, too, in some regards with that riposte, but haven't been able to find
lyric.
Any action. Oh, you're right, Fiora. You know what? You know, Fiona lives in our heads so much at this point. I could just be the same thing. She can be a champion in League of Legends. Why not? Why are you holding people down?
Dublin and Fiona, our producer, as Creme. Got to force the back out of Cryin there to stop, and the rest of Top Esports are moving out on that. But this is a situation where I want to check in, because Top Esports definitely have a very safety-stable comp. They're looking for very intricate team fights nonetheless. IG, little bit different in that regard.
I feel like we're getting to the point where IG's comp would be starting to do pretty well once grouped up. We're still waiting on, you know, some more backs to come out, I think especially from Cryin to get closer to his completed item. Then you just have so much CC, so much damage that can come out. But Top want to keep you isolated in these 1v1s. Like, Karma is going to love just sitting in Renekton's face, or can handle Fiora just fine. So as long as TS can kind of keep it in these isolated skirmishes, I think they're going to be very happy for now. Which is right. We keep seeing IG being the ones trying to group up, trying to find something.
And that's what they need to do. Honestly, a little bit of proactivity goes a long way. And they have On for later, but I think when you grab a lot of these these level 6 base champions, I feel like you're going to find a boon awaiting for you if you can get those long distance engages off. We do have the next episode of Telegrubbies coming on. Make sure you tune in, or at least set your scheduled reminder, because it would be 6 for Top Esports if they get all 3.
Yeah, we'll see what they're able to do. They're going to have things like Call of the Forge God that are going to put a lot of threat on IG if TES decide to try to fight up there. But they're still just doing such a nice job of again, kind of playing for the 1v1s and 2v2s, making use of the timings when IG are roaming.
Horn pop. Riposte not there. YSKM trying to dodge out of it. We'll get clapped here too. And here comes the Orn. And here comes all those 9s. The knock up, the clap, and 369. Bot lane, though, JackeyLove already got a kill, and Top Esports are running away with it now, Lyric. Ink all day long as double kill goes over to JackeyLove. Lien is still here, but he's just a poor in Italy.
Winning on both sides of the map. This is being enabled with Creme's push in mid lane. Great job by 369, and great job by the TS bot side to just be able to accelerate the game. 4K gold lead at 10 minutes.
The Senna Sejuani support has not been working out just yet. Little catch outs on the Wink. Definitely not going his way just yet. Creme will be taking a 1v2 in the mid lane, by the way. We'll take a look back at the top side play.
Great knock up to connect with the first turret shot. A bit of a waste of the riposte there, which is what opens up for 369 to use this Call of the Forge God and look for the all-in, because he knows he's not under any threat from YSKM being able to do anything at this point.
Just walking around having fun with his friend, apparently. 300 smackaroos go right over, and literally a deja vu moment, except this time with ultis.
Exactly right. Chains of Corruption is what sets up the whole play, and IG just not expecting the follow through to be there.
Oh, we got the combo! Look at that! It worked!
Yeah, now having the damage to follow up with Tunneler, with the alternator as well. So IG managed to find one back. This will lead them to topside to start working on these grubs. But at the same time, now TES, they get a dragon, they still have a gold lead. Cryin even just picked up his Malignant, so he's going to come back to lane and be even more of a threat.
Perma mantras engaged for Creme. Lien denying one of the grubbies, but not going to deny two. So still a possibility for Top Esports to get some might damage in. Bot lane completely abandoned by IG.
I love that 369's appearance is enough for IG to be like, okay, no more grubs for us. The Soren, too big, is now Sunfire, Bramble Vest in pocket. I mean, hell, if a topside 3v3 broke out, I mean, two of them are AD. 369 would be kind of nullifying a lot of the damage that they would be doing. It'd all be up to Lien.
I love it. You guys obviously didn't see it. We still always get the Top Esports 100% first tower win percentage, and they still have it because they didn't get first tower last game from IG. It's just so great how the stat continues for weeks upon weeks for Top Esports, but things else continuing is that gold on the left side of your screen there. All Top Esports all day long.
And again, I think it goes to show how this Top Esports is a different beast from the Top Esports of years ago, where they don't rely on the chaos. They kind of rely on some of these extended laning phases and finding these leads through solo killing like 369 did before. Now, trying to set up for Tian.
Isn't going to end up finding anything there, but does want to give a little bit of presence towards YSKM, who still will be an issue to deal with in the side lane. JackeyLove getting caught here. He has Cleanse and Flash still available, so he'll play pretty safe.
Right now, I'm just keeping my eyes on Tian. Does have the ult available, trying to find an angle with the Q. But look at the minimap, right? Creme's keeping up pressure in sides. It's gonna pull someone from IG down there to answer. Might even set up for Creme to be able to roam up towards mid and apply pressure that way. This is a bit overzealous.
For Creme, yeah. I don't know if he's gonna be able to have the speed to make it out. Cryin realizes that Creme is in definitely the wrong spot as he's trying to dodge his way out of this one. He won't do so. The root comes down. Creme getting a shield, but Cryin gets the kill.
Can they turn this onto Sejuani? Doesn't seem like it. So yeah, honestly, just big misstep from Creme there. I think the play would have been to start rotating through your own jungle towards mid and just wait for the Renekton to come catch the wave. Then you yourselves can pressure that mid turret even more.
Ooh, little contestation going down. They were on top of each other, so I couldn't really see who got it. There's the Glacial Prison coming in for Meiko, as now they re-engage. Oh no, Wink is gone. Meiko's dashing his way out of that one, as now Tian, he's looking for blood, he's looking for On. He had a good game on Draven last game. He ain't having that on Senna. 3 deaths to the ADC of IG, and Top Esports are winning at 6-2 in the lead.
And they did that in a 3v4 where their mid laner was already dead. Huge by them to be aware, without some of those ults from IG available, that they could still take that fight, instantly pivoting back into mid. I think we're going to be looking for a similar sequence that we wanted from TS last time, so hopefully Creme doesn't get ahead of himself. This all starts off with Tian just hoping to steal away the Grom. Sejuani ult used so early that no one really able to follow up, and it was used on not really a priority target like Meiko. And then now look, what can you do? Cryin already using all of his cooldowns, doesn't have the dominance available. Great kick by Tian to secure that On goes down too. And there's just really not a whole lot of damage to give if those CC tools from Sejuani and Renekton aren't there.
On gonna get caught here as well. Creme going for some damage on him. He does so much already. This Karma making its face shown here, and a reason why it's been banned consistently. We did end up getting the trade of Grubs. We are getting a Rift Herald right now for top esports. He might have to pull away though. His bot lane's getting a little aggressed on in mid lane, but that objective will go down to top.
Yeah, they do end up picking that one up.
Is it in time to get the dragon too?
Yeah, should be, right? They can even like pivot mid, drop that one right away if they wanted to. As we've seen, Rift Herald once again is back to primarily being used to like pull attention away and then more easily get in a river for Drake.
Or to make players look really funny.
Yeah.
One of those two. As Winks, we got a little bit of egg on his face there. He's getting chunked by JackeyLove and Meiko.
Also makes it easier. If a fight would have happened right now, right, not having that aftershock up means a lot less tankiness for Wink. Tian didn't pivot back to mid though, so that's not what we're going to see. But definitely having time to start turning their attention towards bot for Drake. They have Creme topside because Creme's the one with TP, so they could still have 5 members here at any moment.
Looks like the plan has unfolded correctly for top esports. They make it down to the dragon just in time. This would be a second for them, even though we've seen split objectives in that regard. The end spotted out by the decent warding by top esports. Creme will try and run his way out of that one while Lian recoups some of the jungle. Now we actually see that trade coming down. Creme going to be just fine here. He's going to play pretty aggressively now too. He is the Karma and he can get so much damage down on the Lian. They do lose the tower though.
Ooh, they can
369
right
like double thought for a second. He's like, wait, this is just these two guys? We can go in. As they don't end up pulling the trigger, they do get the pressure and potentially an outer tower in mid.
And I think it makes sense, right? You've already won the fight by forcing them back, getting a flash out of it. You can now get this turret for free. So holding on to those ults, especially for, you know, another potential situation where you can look for a pick, or if IG look for an engage on you, I think very smart and very controlled by TS there, not to over-aggress.
So we've gotten to the point in the game where, you know, those early combos of Cryin Lian not going to be necessarily a big play unless they can find big picks. So how does IG enter some team fights here? Because right now it feels like that is a wall they do not want to try to get through.
It feels hard since they're coming into this mid game being behind a few thousand gold, right? Being behind in regards to some items. I feel like it's really going to be dependent on things like flanks, being able to get on top of that forest right away. You have a ton of CC coming out with the Sejuani and the Renekton, and doing it that way. But even then, it might just be a better idea to play for sides. But you're just so far behind. TS are the team sitting on 2 Drakes. It feels kind of impossible to do that at this point in the game.
We're at 2 item spikes now for TS as well, at least for JackeyLove. Quincy's Blade of the Rune King completed, brings him to a nice little power spike there too. Meiko was looking to collapse on top side just in case anybody was there to defend. We'll leave the gold to Creme, who ends up cleaning the last outer tower here that IG had to write home about.
369 now. Just messing with YSKM. I love how he knows that On's here and doesn't care at all. He's already upgraded his Iceborne Gauntlet as well, so getting to an annoying power.
Yo, Tian! He just completely roundhouse kicks, and that's already one gone. That's going to be a second too. On down. Top esports just say it's your time to die, IG.
We were talking about IG's combos, but the kick into the chains of corruption was beautiful from JackeyLove. So now going to use the Rift Herald to start pressuring this bot lane. They have a wave on its way soon too.
Get a bunch of mites, and that tower is no longer. Top esports now pushing in with all those mites. We'll have another charge here from Tian too, unless IG can deny it. And there it goes on to the inhib turret, and all those mites meaning they could probably get this one too. They are going to be in a lot of trouble though. Oh, the spear just barely out of range. And now the Ornhorn. This is top esports. He misses the combo.
Cryin's coming though.
Creme's on his way. Cryin's got a flank. Is this it? IG are chunked by that Mantra Q. Cryine's on the back line. He's getting chunked himself. He's trying to heal. He is gone. Top Esports have taken out the crocodile and made boots out of him. Now Tian going for more. He's not on his Lee Sin skin, but he'll stunt all over you anyways. Creme with a double kill in Top Esports, looking for the lethal blow.
I'm surprised they're committing to TP here, not just on a minion against this turret. They're still going to keep looking for the end. 20 minutes and 40 seconds.
This would be the shortest game of the split if they can finish it now, but they're going to back off. They realize they cannot give anything back to IG, who are scrappy.
Yeah, it was a very dicey call to begin with. Oh my god, the flank's coming. We're still going, Mazel.
Round 2. Fight. We get the double TP now coming in as well. That'll be Wink joining. YSKM doesn't know where he wants to go. He's on to Creme. He's on to Creme. He can't get him. He can't get him. Lyric. Oh no. Everything's turning up Top Esports, and you should have been watching for it, as they now will look to push. They got the back coming in, and they have super minions in bottom lane.
I love how they couldn't end before, but IG hoping to find a play out of desperation, kind of give them a chance. No. Still gonna respect, huh?
I'm just saying they would have had the fastest game in the league, you know? Little things like that, but it means that a clean victory is in the eyes of Top Esports now. They are monumentally ahead. Tian is feeling himself, and JackeyLove has been quietly getting stronger and stronger as he'll now have an upgraded Guinsoo's.
And they're at such a point now, even having the double recurve in his inventory, just trying to get floated with as many stats as possible. Probably should expect only one more fight to decide this with Baron. So we're gonna see here them just threatening this turret. Cryine's flank actually started all the way at this time, right? He's already making his way over. Sadly from IG, they don't have an easy way to engage on something like the Ornn, especially when Karma's there to help dissuade. We're seeing a lot of the poke come from the Varus and the Karma, and then great job at just all turning and focusing down one target for TES.
Love to see the mini mechanics there from JackeyLove. The insta-cleanse flash to get away from the Renekton. Just little things in the eyes of Top Esports going their way. Baron now going down quickly. IG, they want to try to make something happen.
No TP on the Fiora either, so this is all up to the 4 members.
Oh, Tian! He's there on the Cryin, and Cryin has no stake in the game. Another boot will be made by Top Esports, and it's looking mighty crocodilian as the Baron getting low. Wink trying to catch out Creme, but I don't think that's a fight you want. They're just going to take that all day long. Go back onto the Baron without the jungler because they don't even need him as he's chasing down On. That was one auto attack from the Sundered Sky Lee Sin. And Creme cleans up Wink, gives him the Teemo thumbs up, and Tian will take out the last dying breath.
This game became so dominant for TES, pretty much out of nowhere. 18-2 at 23 minutes is quite the statement.
I love to see, though, one thing I really want to point out, the eyes, the faces, they're still joyous for IG. They realize this game is done and dusted in a way, and they're still keeping smiles on their faces. Maybe it's opposite reaction. Maybe it's a smile that's hiding a cry, but you're still seeing some laughs because, you know, in the situation when On is 0-7 and Wink is 0-5, this bot lane combo didn't work.
I still think it's also just a matter of perception, right? IG, no one expected them to be where they're at in the standings right now. Pushing TS to 3 games is a statement in and of itself. You know, at this point, you're really hoping for, like, the miracle of miracles in my mind to find the comeback. So,
JackeyLove's on 3.5 items, while On is on 1.5. I think, you know, we're signaling the end here. The Batman signal's in the sky, and it's Top Esports' logo instead.
I mean, even upgraded Ginsu, 17 stacks on the Magi's for Creme. Like, they are just too big. The stats, the money, it doesn't add up. Mazel, look at the damage. It's even from the nerfed RQ on Karma.
The numbers, what do they mean, Lyric? Well, it means the Top Esports are going to go 6-2 and tie IG, as it was JackeyLove versus his organization he won a world champion with. It was a moment for IG to prove themselves, but they fall to the hands of the Titans in Top Esports, 2-1.
Great performance by TS in this game 3. I mean, IG, I'll give the kudos because they came in with an interesting draft. I was actually really excited to see what they were cooking, what they could do in the game, but especially the pressure that the Karma in mid was putting up, felt like it was just so domineering. The Nidalee really couldn't do anything. It was enabling Tian. The bot lane 2v2 was going well. The Sejuani not able to find much presence. Hell, 369 got a solo kill. Like, they were just winning across the map.
Love a little bit of extra love given by 369 over to YSKM. This is becoming quickly one of my favorite top lane matchups into, and I think that especially the way that top esports have been able to handle them